Hello and welcome to our hot topic presentation on K through 12 online schooling. This is Jody Blinn, and
I'm Nicole Wertz.
we use 6 guiding questions in our research. The first is, what is K through 12 online schooling? How do K through 12 online programs measure learning outcomes? Are national standards for K through 12 online courses valid? Are most online K through 12 students successful? How do K through 12 online students feel about the education they are receiving? And what challenges do K through 12 online teachers experience?
So for our first guiding question, we are looking at what is K through 12 online schooling. So if you want to click on the video and watch that, there's a quick 3-minute video. It's a little bit of an ad. And now back to our presentation. Our first point is Carrie Rice from 2006, an article, defines online schooling in her article as institutional based formal education where the learning group is separated and where interactive telecommunication systems are used to connect learners, resources, and instructors. She also later breaks it down into 5 main types of K through 12 online programs. So the first one is statewide supplemental. This is where students take individual courses, but they are still enrolled in a physical or cyber school authorized by the state. Our second one would be district level supplemental, typically operated by autonomous districts and are typically not tracked by state agencies, so there's no real tracking of if students are hitting all their standards and things like that. The single district cyber schools is an alternative to the traditional face-to-face school environment and offered by districts to individuals where they are strictly on cyber schools. The fourth one would be the multi-district cyber school, operated within individual school districts but enrolls students from other districts within the state. This one has seen the most growth recently in the last few years. And our last one is the cyber charters, charted with a single school district, but can enroll students from across the state. Many times they are connected by a commercial curriculum provider. So like this video showed, this is the K-12 online schooling system in the video, and they're considered a cyber charter. Our next discussion question, we talked about how K-12 online programs measured learning outcomes. One of the main challenges for online schooling is being able to measure the learning outcomes for all students and the overall quality of the classes as well. Although they track student outcomes and quality, these measures are not consistent across programs. Some student outcomes are different, and where we measure the quality of the programs is still inconsistent. So below, our next point, Pape and other associates wrote an article discussing what matters when measuring outcomes of online schooling courses. The 3 major ones they looked at were contacts matters, persistence of efforts matters, external validation matters. So what they're looking at is what's the content, is there effort from the faculty and students, and external validation, knowing that outside sources also agree that their program is worth the quality. So they later go and talk into the quality more, and there's 5 main points they talk about. Is the learning effectiveness, the cost effectiveness, and institutional commitment to the program, access to the program and online sources, faculty satisfaction, and student satisfaction. Our third guiding question is, are national standards for K-12 online courses valid? We went through and found some articles. One article talked about K-12 online courses. The designers have numerous options when contemplating standards to guide their development of asynchronous course content. Not all standards are freely accessible, so within their courses, not all standards match across the board. In 2011, the International Association for K-12 Online Learning released their national standards for quality online courses. So in 2011, we started to see an overall push for quality across all the online classes. This organization's standards used a rubric that covered 5 different areas to review the overall quality of a course. So they looked at content, instructional design, student assessment, technology, and course evaluation and support. According to this same article, there has been no research published on the validity of the standards or a review on how to relate specifically to online course designing.
The fourth guiding question we looked at is, are most K through 12 online students successful? The research that has been done on distance learning has mostly surrounded college level courses, and then are generalized to include younger students, which of course this brings up many validity issues. However, the studies do show that successful online students share certain characteristics such as self-regulatory skills, self-efficacy skills, and motivation to succeed. And motivation to succeed was the predominant characteristic that measured or predicted success for an online student. Students who self-select online enrollment are more likely to succeed than students who are forced into online schooling. And students are more successful in online courses when they have open and frequent communication with the instructor and learning community. These studies also suggest that assessment is key before enrolling students in online classes to ensure they possess the skills needed to be successful. If you'd like to go back to our Google Slides presentation, there's a video here. It's a little news blurb about a family in Michigan who has chosen to do online schooling for all three of their children, and they're very happy and they're very successful. So that's one family's opinion. Our fifth guiding question was, how do K through 12 online students feel about the education they are receiving? Online courses can appeal to special populations like the homebound, the incarcerated, and other non-traditional students. So a quote from an online student here in an article by Better Than Pipes in 2006, she said, "For anyone pursuing a dream, whether competing in a sport, traveling, or something else, I'd recommend Keystone. It's allowed me to receive a great high school education while doing what I love." Online learning may be a good choice for those students looking for school choice or looking for a solution to educational challenges. Another student said, "I learned how to teach myself and have enough discipline to complete all my assignments. In the end, I gained greater confidence in my work and ability." However, many younger students struggle with online learning, and for a different perspective, this particular student said, "I think it gets really tiring to follow all the threads and add something too when the classes are too big." Our sixth and final guiding question is, what challenges do K through 12 online teachers experience? So obviously, different teachers have different experiences. Many teachers describe their experience as positive due to not having to handle classroom management or discipline issues, the ability to work with students individually, and excellent teacher training. Other teachers describe online teaching as challenging due to lack of technological support, errors in curriculum, lack of student motivation, low pay, large student rosters, and lack of definition in the role of online teachers. Another group of teachers describe the experience as both challenging and rewarding. So obviously there's a large there's a variety in opinions there.
We have two interviews. The first one is a online body systems and disorder educator. He works for the William S. Hart School District. Excuse me. We asked both of our interviewees the same 6 questions. So we started with, what grade do you teach online? And his answer was 10 through 12. The next question, what online subject do you teach? Body systems and disorders. So it's kind of like an anatomy class where they break down the body parts and discuss what disorders can be brought upon one's body. The next question, what do you think is positive regarding online schooling? His answer, online classes allow for more flexibility from the student's perspective on when assignments can be completed. It helps students with many extracurriculars by allowing them to complete the assignments based on their individual schedules. It may also allow a student to take a class they may not normally be able to take due to decrease in class time commitment. The fourth question, what do you think is one of the biggest challenges regarding online schooling? Their answer, The biggest challenges are getting the students to remember when they have assignments to complete at home. I think it often is in the back of their minds, probably because they're not in the school setting where they have a schedule in front of them constantly. The fifth question, what online platforms do you use the most? What are the positives and negatives of each platform? They have used PowerSchool, formerly called Haiku, as an online platform. It integrates well with Google. However, the platform is not very user-friendly. It is often difficult to arrange and format different sections within each page. I know this person likes to use Google Classroom a lot as well, so I'm sure there's a little bit of a comparison there. And the final question is, how do you meet the standards for your online courses? His answer is, I don't really know how to answer this question, to be honest, ... They're a new teacher, and I think this correlates back to one of our guiding questions on how can we get consistency across online courses. If somebody else is teaching body systems and disorders, how can we get this consistent and the quality continue?
Our second interview is with Ben Williams. He is a classroom teacher at Santa Clarita Valley International Charter School, and then he is an online history facilitator with iLead Online. He also teaches 10th through 12th grade and teaches U.S. history, world history, government, and economics online. He feels that a positive regarding online schooling is that it gives flexibility in school choice for non-traditional learners. And he feels that a big challenge is that the students need to be independent learners. Many cannot keep up with the workload, and it is also harder to build relationships with students. The platform iLead Online uses is also PowerSchool. He feels that it uses Flash and is hard to manage and takes a long time to bounce between pages. He meets standards for his online courses in much the same way he feels he meets them in his in-person courses. He says the students can still write and get feedback. We can still have challenging discussions through discussion boards. We have the ability to do everything we do in the classroom. We can even do online tutoring through a webcam if the student is behind.
Here we integrated a short quiz, so if you want to pause and go back to the module and type in this URL or open up our PowerPoint and copy and paste this URL into your web browser, you can take our short quiz. It's from Google Forms, or was made on Google Forms. And here are our resources. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.